water is going to be the next oil. There's not enough fresh water in the world for the growing population. And now I really get to see what's happening now with Engineers Without Borders.
Engineers Without Borders is a great student organization. It gives us a great opportunity to apply our knowledge that we learn in class to real-world application, real-world projects.
You're really changing the world bit by bit when you do this kind of work. In EWB, if you're a writer or someone who does film, or if you're someone who wants to be an engineer or a doctor, whatever you want to do, there's a place for you and there's a place for the way your mind works.
We are one of the only organizations at Rutgers that gets to travel and do our own projects. I think this is a great opportunity for students to learn how to develop themselves into a leader for when they graduate.
Being able to apply what I am learning as a civil engineering major to help people was like the ultimate combination.
Engineering is not just about problem solving by doing technical work, but in fact, it's important to be socially and economically aware of what's going on in a community.
One of the great things about Engineers Without Borders is that the focus is never on you or your own person, it's on the group.
Engineers Without Borders is an organization that I can always go to. Like every Wednesday night I would go to the meetings and have fun when I'm going there. It definitely opens up so many opportunities and resources. We meet new people, we meet faculty, deans through this organization.
We want to have the water board's input. I think there'll be a lot of things happening very quickly. The more preparation we do now, the better it will be.
I heard about Engineers Without Borders when I first came to Rutgers, and I was immediately drawn to it. It's great that students are coming together to better the world and have hands-on experience.
This year, the second part of the initiative is to show different people like what we're doing and to invite collaboration between different schools at Rutgers.
We design, we implement, and we assess our own projects around the world.
We want to empower communities so that they can help themselves.
We're not providing them with the system, it's their system. We're just trying to help come up with solutions to better their system. And I think we're going to learn a lot.
After traveling twice to Thailand, I realized that things are pretty different than what I had imagined. People who work hard, work probably harder than you and me, but don't get as many resources. Working in this environment, in this atmosphere, teaches us to work together, how to build off each other, and to work in whatever environment we're given. By allowing students to work with a professional, we learn how to work in stressful environments, we learn how to meet deadlines, write proposals, we learn how to work in cultures that we're not familiar with.
First step, yay, good job.
It takes these kind of things to make us learn and to make us change.
I'm really excited to see how our solutions are going to help, what changes they're going to make. And this will also be the first Rutgers EWB project to have completed an implementation.
That way we can put our energy on the two other projects we have left, which are Guatemala and Kenya.
In Guatemala, they only get water for 30 minutes a day. Cannot imagine how they survive.
Their water system is broken, but we're trying to make sure that when we go back to implement, everything is there.
It was a life-changing experience for me. When you're with people who are so nice and are so grateful to you coming there to help them, you're just more motivated to really do something for them.
The Kenya project was adopted in August of 2009. We've traveled on one site assessment. Upon arrival in our community, Kulunje in Kenya, one of the community members had said, "Water is life, please help us bring life back to Kulunje." It hits you right then. It is the basis of everything in this world, and it's really important for everyone to have access to it. We're in the design phase right now. We know we can do it, but if we don't have the funding sources to help us get to that point, then the project might not succeed.
The most rewarding part for me is just knowing that you're making a difference in the real world.
You realize that you just made a difference in someone's life, in hundreds of people's lives.
Engineers Without Borders has broadened my horizons, and it's made me more aware of what's going on in the world today.
It makes me wonder how many people around the world have access to water the same way I do, and how many people are still struggling, and why are they still struggling?
I would say that I'm much more aware of water. I'm more conscious of water use.
Engineers Without Borders really helps you appreciate how to be a global citizen.
As a student in the university, I've definitely feel like I've had a lot more opportunities in terms of like getting to open up to like real world experience as an undergraduate student and helping people at the same time.
I really learned from Engineers Without Borders that the world is not as big of a place as we fear.